Good morning. We're ready to start our English lesson for the week. So let's turn in our English book to page 79. We're going to be starting chapter 5. You did a writing assignment last time. This was, I think, before Christmas, that you turned in your writing assignment from chapter 4, where you were writing a letter to someone telling how to do something. So today we're going to start chapter 5 in our English. So let's look here. We're going to be talking about verbs in this chapter. So verbs are pretty easy, but we're going to learn about two different kinds of verbs: action verbs, helping verbs, and linking verbs. So we're going to start out today by talking about action verbs and linking verbs. So let's take a look at this sentence right here. This one here. Basketball is a game. Okay, and then this one we have we play basketball. We're just looking at these first two sentences right here. Now, the subject in each one of these sentences is what? Okay, you always want to find the verbs first. So in this one, basketball is a game. Is your verb. It's a linking verb, isn't it? And then to find your subject, you ask the question, who or what is basketball? Okay, so let's look at this one. In this one, our verb is play, okay, and who or what play? We is our subject. All right, so in this sentence here with the linking verb in it, is, like I said, is a linking verb. Well, a linking verb links something. Just like play is an action verb, it shows an action, it does something. Well, a linking verb is called a linking verb because it links something it links the subject to another word that renames it or describes it in the predicate part. Remember, every sentence is divided into two sections, the subject and the predicate. So when you have a linking verb, you have a verb that's linking the subject to another word in the predicate. And this word might rename it or it might describe it. So in this sentence, basketball is a game. In this sentence, basketball is being renamed as game. So this word right here would be considered, well, we'll not talk about what that's considered, but that's a noun that's renaming basketball. Okay, so it's linking. That's why that's called a linking verb. Now in this sentence, play is an action verb. So, and this is telling what you're playing. So we'll talk about this one later on, what this thing does right here. So verbs that link the subject to a noun or an adjective in the predicate are called linking verbs. All right, so an action verb shows action. A linking verb links something. All right. So let's look at these two sentences here. The basketball is orange and Jerry was a basketball player. All right. The simple subject in these sentences is, let's find our verb. The basketball is, this is a linking verb. Who or what is basketball? Okay. So in this sentence, is a linking verb. It's not you can't is. If you can is, I'd like for you to show me. But is a linking verb because it's linking the subject basketball to another word in the predicate. And the word in the predicate that it's being linked to is either going to rename the subject or describe the subject. So the word orange describes basketball. It doesn't rename it. They're not using an orange. It's saying the basketball is orange. So orange would be called a predicate adjective because it's an adjective. Remember, an adjective describes. All right, so in this one, our verb is was. This is a linking verb. Okay, who or what was? Jerry. Okay, so Jerry is our subject. Was is our linking verb. All right, let's see what was is linking Jerry to. Jerry was player. Player is the word right here that renames what Jerry was. Does that make sense? All right, so orange is a predicate adjective because it's describing. Player is a predicate noun because it's renaming the subject. All right, so let's see about diagramming these sentences. Now, when we diagram a sentence that has an action verb, this is how we do it, remember? And we would put our subject, we, and our verb, play. Okay? Now, let's do this one right here. Actually, let's do this one here. Basketball is a game. Now, when we diagram a word that has a linking verb, and then there's a word over here that renames or describes, there's something else that we have to add to this. So first, let's do basketball is. So we diagram that the same. I'm just going to put BB for basketball because it's too hard for me to spell with my mouse. So basketball is. Now remember, is a linking verb, and it's telling us that this word renames what this is. So we're going to have to do it this way. Remember, it links, and then we put what it is. Okay, that's how we would diagram this one. Okay, we put the line crossways, and it cannot cross through this line. It can only come down to it like this. And then we put the word here, either the noun or the adjective that renames or describes the subject. And the reason that it's pointing this way is to remind us that it's renaming or telling us something about the subject. Okay, so let's see if we could do it this way. This one has a linking verb. Okay, so we're going to put basketball, we're just going to put BB is, and this is an adjective that's describing, so we would write the word orange. Okay, you always want to have this beside your linking verb, showing that there's a word here that's renaming or describing your subject, showing what it's linking. Just remember, that is a linking verb. Okay, look at page 79. Look at the very bottom of page 79 on the right-hand side. There's a little yellow box that says remember. It says forms of the verb be are used as linking verbs. So am, is, are, was, were, be. Those are all forms of be. And forms of be tell what something is or was. So forms of be are always used as linking verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, be. Okay, so always keep that in mind. All right, so let's go ahead and look then at, oh yes, there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. On page 79, at the bottom of the yellow box, there's a big purple box that says a diagram of a sentence, okay? Look below that purple box, and then you'll see blue words that say sensory words, okay? Some verbs are sensory words. These include smell, taste, look, sound, and feel. So let me go ahead and put a couple of things on the board right quick that will help clear this up. Now, sometimes we're going to come across words that look like action verbs, but they're not. So let's use the word smell. Now, can you smell? Of course you can. You use your nose to smell the bread mom's making or whatever. All right, so let's look at this sentence. How about the dog smells the skunk? And how about this one? The skunk smells terrible. Okay, now let me get my mark here so I can help you learn this. Now, the verb that we're looking at is the verb smell or smells. Okay, now think about your five senses. You can smell, you can see, you can taste, you can hear, you can feel. Okay, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times you got to be real careful when you come across a a sentence that has a word in it that gives a sense of what you do, because sometimes those can be tricky. Sometimes they're not action verbs. Sometimes they are linking verbs. So let's read this first sentence. So the dog smells the skunk. So in this sentence, is the action being done smell? Yes. In this sentence, the word smells is the verb because it's an action. In this sentence, the dog is doing the sniffing. He's smelling. Who or what smells? Dog. Dog smells. Okay, so let's look at this sentence now. The skunk smells terrible. Now here's the verb smells. Okay, now you might look at that and go, oh, that's action. But let's think just for a second. If you read that whole sentence, in that sentence, is smells what the action is? No, because in this sentence, the skunk is not using his nose to smell. There is no action being done, is there? No. What this sentence is doing is it's using one of your senses to link the subject to a descriptive word in the predicate. So in this sentence, smells is a linking verb. And in this sentence, smells is an action verb. So sometimes you can't just look at a word and go, oh, that's the action verb, because you have to read the whole sentence and you have to use it in context and you have to say, okay, so what's being done? Is this an actual action being done or not? All right, so look at the very bottom of page 79, at the very bottom of that big yellow box. There's two sentences. The players look at the coach. The players look happy. So in that sentence, the verb that they're using is the sense of seeing, of sense of sight. They're using the word look. In the first sentence, the players look at the coach. In that sentence, is look being done? Is it an action? Yes. In the first sentence, the players look at the coach, because in that sentence, they are looking. They're using their eyesight. Okay, so that's an action verb. So look at the next one. The players look happy. No, that's a linking verb in that sentence. The verb look is a linking verb because there's no looking. Nobody's using their eyes to look. That's just linking players to happy. All right, good job. All right, so let's look at then at the bottom of page 79. And I'm going to go ahead and help you with this page before I give you your assignment on the next page. So let us, takes me a few minutes to get all this situated. I hate that. All right, so let us do, let's see, number one. Well, let's look at the instructions. It says, underline the simple subject once, the verb twice. If the verb is linking, draw an arrow linking the subject with the predicate noun or predicate adjective. So number one, it is the referee blew the whistle. Whoop. It'd be helpful if I could spell. The people looked at the referee. And number four, okay, let's get our red pen ready to go. Okay, the referee blew the whistle. So the instructions tell us to underline the subject once, the simple subject once, and the verbs twice. If it's linking, we have to draw a line from the subject and to another word in the predicate that it's linking it to. So the referee blew the whistle. Is there an action being done in this sentence? Blew. He's using his whistle to blow. He's actually physically doing it. Okay, so how do you find the subject? Who or what blew? Referee. So underline that once. Okay. Now, since blew is an action verb, we don't need to link anything. That's all we do on that one. All right, let's look at number two. The people looked at the referee. All right, in this sentence, is there an action being done? Yes. The people are actually using their eyes to look at the referee. So looked is our verb. So we underline it twice. And it's action, so we don't have to link it to anything. What is the subject? People. Okay, the people looked. Let's look at this one. The blue team is the winner. Is there an action being done? No, but there's some linking being done, correct? Is your linking verb. Who or what is? What's your subject? Team. Now, since this is linking, we need to show what's linking. Remember, it links the subject to another word in the predicate that either describes it or renames it. So team is, whoa, let's try that again. There we go. So team is winner. So in this sentence, winner is a noun that's renaming team. All right. The players felt tired after the game. Now in this sentence, is there an action being done? This one's kind of tricky. There's no action being done. Felt is the verb, but in this sentence, and that means that feel is when you use your hands or something to feel. So in that sentence, are they actually feeling things? No. So in that sentence, felt is a linking verb. What's your subject? Players. So what word in the predicate is renaming the subject? There's a way you can find that. There's a question you can ask. You can say, the players felt who or what? Tired. Now this is not a noun, is it? It's an adjective. It's describing the way the players felt. Remember, it either renames or describes. That's what a linking verb does. It links. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope you can do that. Now let's see if we could go ahead and diagram number 3. It doesn't tell us to do this on the paper, but you are going to have to do it on your page. So we're going to diagram the subject and the verb, which is team. I just want to be sure you can do this. Our verb goes here. Now, since this is linking, winner goes here. Remember, with a sideways bar showing that it's linking back, renaming or describing team. Okay? And you would do this sentence the same way. It would be players felt tired, with the same thing right there. Okay? All right. Your assignment is to finish page 80 for a grade. If you need any help, you send me a message and let me know. That's all for today.